I'd like to call to order the Tuesday, November 4th, 2025 regular Board of Education meeting. I apologize for us being a few minutes late. We appreciate all of you who are here tonight and those who are here to be recognized, and also those who are joining us live stream. First on our agenda, we need to approve the agenda, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Move to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second? Second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. The agenda is approved. Next, we have our invocation and Pledge of Allegiance, and Ms. Glenda Gibson will be doing that tonight.
Let us pray. Dear God, we come to you this evening with grateful and thankful hearts for the many blessings that you give to us each day. We are forever thankful for our dedicated and amazing teachers, our staff, our students, and supportive families that are a part of Stanley County Schools. I ask you, dear Lord, to richly bless each one beyond measure. Lord, we fervently seek your protection over our schools, our students, and our staff. As we enter into our meeting, grant us wisdom in making decisions that are always in the best interest of our students and Stanley County Schools. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Gibson. Next, we will start with our recognitions, our Stanley Stars. So Dr. Dennis and Ms. Lydia Hedrick will do those for us tonight.
Good evening, board members. At this time, I would like to invite Hannah Herlocker to join us at the front of the room. Ms. Herlocker is a K-2 moderate teacher in her second year at Central Elementary. And in just this second year, Mrs. Herlocker has proven herself to be an extremely valuable asset to the Central community. Since stepping into a classroom at Central, she has been a wonderful addition to our EC department, and her impact is noticed and felt by everyone who works in the building. She is a phenomenal teacher to her K-2 moderate students, bringing unbridled passion and patience while serving our most dynamic and vulnerable population. On a daily basis, through genuine love and structure, Mrs. Herlocker meets the needs of her students physically, emotionally, and academically. She treats every single child with love and grace, going above and beyond to help them feel successful. No matter the challenge, she tackles it with a smile on her face and will stop at nothing until she ensures that every child is heard and their needs are met. As a result of her determination to do right for her students, every single student under her care has experienced exponential academic and personal growth. Please give Mrs. Herlocker a round of applause. And I will say this is a first since I've been here, but Mrs. Herlocker means so much. I know at least one of her students is here this evening to celebrate her, so I think that's pretty special. 2, okay. I would now like to invite Mr. Wayne Stitt to the front of the room. Mr. Stitt is serving as the head custodian at Central Elementary, and since arriving at Central this summer, Mr. Stitt has made an immediate impact as the head custodian. He quickly got to work learning the building, how to operate all of the machinery, and built a routine to ensure that no areas would be neglected by the custodial team. Time and again, staff comment on how wonderful the building looks. Mr. Stitt's influence at Central immediately extended beyond the job of cleaning and maintenance, as his positive attitude, promptness, and attention to detail have reshaped the environment for everyone. In addition to ensuring a clean building for students and staff, sometimes without a full custodial staff, Mr. Stitt directly contributes to students' well-being and being a positive school culture by serving as a mentor to numerous students who thrive on positive relationships. Central Elementary is a much better place due to Mr. Stitt's leadership. Please give him a round of applause. This evening, we are also going to recognize some Stanley County Schools substitutes. I would like to recognize Daphne Brown in absentia. And then I would like to call Mr. Samuel Hopkins to the front of the room. Oh, Miss Brown is here. I'm sorry, I never saw you come in. No, come. That's my not paying attention. As a retired teacher with many years of classroom experience, Mrs. Brown continues to make a lasting difference by returning to serve as a substitute in our schools. Mrs. Brown goes above and beyond to help wherever she is needed, always willing to step in with a positive attitude and a smile. Students and staff alike enjoy having Mrs. Brown in the classroom. She brings warmth, patience, and a caring presence that makes everyone feel supported and valued. Her professionalism and genuine love for helping others shines through in everything she does. We are grateful for Mrs. Brown's commitment to Stanley County Schools and proud to recognize her for the lasting impact she makes each and every day. Please give Mrs. Daphne Brown a round of applause. I'd now like to call Mr. Samuel Hopkins to the front. Mr. Samuel Hopkins is serving in a long-term substitute role at Albemarle Middle. Mr. Hopkins exemplifies dedication, professionalism, and a positive impact on our students and school community. Since joining Stanley County Schools as a substitute teacher, he has become an invaluable part of the Albemarle Middle School team, always willing to help wherever needed. Mr. Hopkins goes above and beyond to support teachers and students, assisting with lesson plans, projects, and classroom activities. In addition to his service in education, Mr. Hopkins proudly serves as a cybersecurity specialist for the United States Air Force. He demonstrates leadership, discipline, and integrity, setting a powerful example of responsibility and perseverance for our students. We are deeply grateful for his dedication to both education and our nation. Please give Mr. Hopkins a round of applause. If Ms. Chesney Palmer will join us up front. Mrs. Palmer is an extraordinary teacher and an inspiring leader at West Stanley Middle School. As the site coordinator on our AVID site team, she expertly guides initiatives that elevate both student achievement and teacher growth. She teaches the AVID elective and STEM with energy and creativity, consistently bringing active, hands-on learning into her classroom. Always seeking to expand her own expertise, she implements innovative strategies and willingly shares them with her colleagues, fostering a culture of continuous learning. Mrs. Palmer goes above and beyond to ensure her students are prepared for life beyond West Middle, welcoming community leaders into her classroom, organizing college visits, and creating meaningful opportunities for students to explore career paths. Beyond her instructional excellence, she demonstrates remarkable dedication to our school community, volunteering to drive buses for away games, covering bus routes, and stepping in whenever help is needed. Her leadership, passion, and unwavering commitment leave a lasting impact on everyone she encounters. Any student fortunate enough to have her as a teacher is truly lucky, and we feel extremely blessed to have her as part of our West Stanley Middle School cult family. Please give Ms. Palmer a round of applause. And last but certainly not least, I'd like to invite Penny Whitley to the front. Mrs. Whitley is the data manager at West Stanley Middle School, and she is a radiant example of positivity, dedication, and teamwork. She greets everyone with warmth and a genuine smile, even on the most challenging days, bringing light and encouragement to our entire school community. This year, she embraced the complex task of mastering Infinite Campus with grace and confidence, not only learning it herself, but also supporting colleagues with patience and expertise. Always willing to step in wherever needed, Mrs. Whitley goes above and beyond to ensure our office operates seamlessly and efficiently. Her professionalism, kindness, and collaborative spirit make her an indispensable part of West Stanley Middle School's family. West Stanley Middle is stronger, more welcoming, and more vibrant because of her energy, commitment, and unwavering support. Please give Miss Whitley a round of applause. And I think April is going to grab a group shot, and then if you all, after that picture, will turn around. I know our board wants to thank you for what you do each and every day.
Perfect. And y'all even knew to scoot in. Thank you. 1, 2, and 3. We'll take one more. Perfect.
Thank y'all.
And then if you'll just go right down the line.
Madam Chair, the next recognition is not here. We'll recognize them next month.
Thank you, Dr. Dennis. Next on our agenda is closed session, so I entertain a motion to approve entering into closed session for personnel matters under North Carolina General Statute 143, 318, 11A6, student matters, North Carolina General Statute 143, 318, 11A1, and attorney-client matters, North Carolina General Statute 143, 318, 11A3.
Motion to go into closed session.
Motion, do I have a second? Any discussion on that? All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. We are in closed session. Okay, I'll call us back into open session. Next, we have public comments. We only have one person who has signed up to speak tonight. In accordance with Policy 2310, public participation at board meetings, each month part of at least one regularly scheduled board meeting will be set aside for citizens to address the board. Through public comments, each speaker will receive 3 minutes to present comments. However, the public comment session will not exceed 15 minutes total, except by the majority vote of the board. Board members will not respond to the individuals who address the board, except to request clarification of points made by the presenter. And tonight, we have one person signed up, and it is Drew Arnold. Allman, excuse me, Drew Allman.
My name's Drew Allman. I live in Oakboro. I'm not here so much to talk about the transportation issue or the solutions, like the problem that got us here in the first place. And this whole problem's been caused by government employees not doing their jobs. And that's really all it comes down to. In the special meeting that was called, we heard that at least 2 people have been trying to get in here to drive buses. And that was followed by excuses of how long the lead time was and all the things that the state makes you do to do that. And I think that's unacceptable. And I think that, I know that the timeline, it doesn't get any shorter by sitting on it and just waiting. The state stipulations aren't an excuse to not do your job. Your job is to manage and facilitate. And I think this entire thing was caused by that. And then the situation with the daycare was created by a decision to bring an auditor in here that's under $50,000, because the superintendent can make a $50,000 decision. And I think that's a pretty self-serving, job-based decision. And instead of doing your jobs, which you get paid pretty well to do, and so do your employees, you just pass the buck off to the citizens and to the daycare. And the date just so happened to line up with this auditor coming in, which I think is odd. But based on the level of incompetence that I saw in that meeting and I've seen so far, maybe it did seem like the right move to bring an auditor in here. Like, Jared, I think you should resign. I know you're not going to, but you should. But I think there definitely needs to be more attention focused on this and maybe a little bit of micromanagement. And I think a good place to start is reducing that $50,000 spending limit. I think that's way too much money. And I certainly don't have any faith and confidence in those decisions getting carried out for the benefit and for the citizens. And I understand that might mean that you have to come in here and vote on something that's mundane and routine, but I just don't really care. All of you chose to be here, and this is a problem. And if you think that it's not a problem, or you're okay with the things that are being run, and you're making these decisions based on personal reasons or political reasons, then you don't deserve to sit up there where you sit. And I think that more attention needs to be brought to this matter, and I think more attention needs to be paid to these government employees, and if they're actually doing their jobs. And if they're not, they need to be held accountable for that.
Your 3 minutes is up. If you
Okay.
have any additional information, though, we'll be glad for you to leave it.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, we have our department presentation. Exceptional Children, Megan Despacquale.
Just Megan.
How are you?
Let's see. It's okay, I'll just wing it. No. Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. Dr. Megan DePascal, it's an honor and my privilege to serve as your Executive Director for Exceptional Children. So as you know, we are governed by IDEA, the individuals with Disabilities Act. We serve students from age of 3 to 21 years old. We want to empower our students through individualized education, and we focus on custom support and success pathways. We serve 13 different areas of eligibility. And then here, I pulled this from ECATS. As you can see, this is the demographic in Stanley County of the students we serve. The highest need is students with learning disabilities, followed by other health impaired, then speech impaired and developmentally delayed, and then autism. Those are our 5 top areas that students are identified in that we serve. And then, as you can see, currently we have 1,142 students in this district that have IEPs. Also on that chart, you'll see referrals we have in process are 43. We're waiting on consents on 52 students and eligibility 26. In my department, we also oversee the 504s, and there's 594 students that. So we are a very large department. We are definitely at 13% identified. This is the time in special ed. Of course, we want our students in the least restrictive environment. So 915 students spend less than 40% in a special ed classroom. We have 176 who spend 40 to 79% of their time in a separate classroom, and 94 students greater than 80% of the time. And to serve all these kids, we are a very large and ever-growing department. So total, I went through, we have 181 professionals just to serve our kids with exceptional needs. We have 5 school psychologists, 6 program specialists, 16 speech language pathologists, 1 physical therapist, 1 physical therapist assistant, 1 occupational therapist, 5 those are occupational therapy assistants, 70 EC teachers, 65 EC teacher assistants, 1 sign language interpreter, 1 spoken language facilitator, and 10 physical needs assistants. And that is growing daily based on students as they qualify and move into this district. So those numbers are even higher as of today. And that's all. I just wanted to give you a general overview of our department, and I'm glad to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions?
Mr. Pascal, can you speak a little bit about, just for the general public, I know we talked about this a little bit earlier today, about the 13% and why that number is significant for our county, and what those dollars look like?
Yes, so we actually have our December 1 head count coming up. Currently, the state only funds us at 13%. So that means no matter how many continue to qualify in our district, we only get funds for 13%. No matter if we go over that. So I do have pressure to make sure we are in compliance and at that 13, because that's what we get funded for. But I will say Dr. Dennis is very supportive of the EC department and listens to me when I come to him. I do have a standard matrix the state gives that we should be following for staffing, but we try to accommodate that by truly looking at students' IEPs and their needs. And so we continue to grow, but we do not have the funds we need from the state to support what we truly need.
I may be putting Mr. Dudney on the spot, but that contracted services number is not in that 13%, and that number is fairly large.
As of last year, we spent almost $2.5 million in contracted services in our exceptional children department. Some of that is funded through state, some of it's small portions funded through federal, but majority of it is where your local dollars are having to cover, because pretty much your salaries for the staff that we have employed is covered through the actual funding we get from the state.
Okay. And we are obligated by federal law to provide those services.
Yeah, we don't have a choice whether we provide them or not, but they don't always pay for them all.
Yes, absolutely.
Just so everybody knows.
Yes.
Just making that.
Absolutely. Anybody else?
Questions?
So if I'm looking at, we have, if you round it off, 1,150 students basically with IEPs.
Yes, ma'am.
And then the ones I know who write IEPs are your teachers.
Yes, ma'am.
Your teacher assistants do not write them.
No, ma'am.
Okay? They are part of it, but they do not write them. That's a heavy load.
Yes, it is. It is very heavy.
And I don't know that people realize what a heavy load that is for teachers, EC teachers.
Yes, ma'am. It is, and many of them, they're everything. They teach everything, especially our separate setting teachers.
I mean, I wish that we had funding for more, and we could find more, and that more people were going into exceptional children as far as teachers. And I just want to say for everyone that's listed here on this page, I appreciate them very, very much
Yes, ma'am.
and working in Stanley County Schools.
Any other questions, comments?
Just to add to that, since Ms. Gibson brought it up, those LEAs, which are principals, they also have to sit in on every one of those IEPs. Some principal has to sign off on every IEP that's written, and those are legal binding documents. And so there's a lot of weight that goes into that for teachers, I know.
Yes.
And as a parent of a student who has had one for a long time, it's an important document. But it does take a lot of time and a lot of energy. And so, like Ms. Gibson said, I do appreciate our staff at the district that help with those, and then our staff in the schools that help with those. And again, the principals that take all the added time into sitting through those meetings and helping to write those documents. And everybody on the team. So, thank you.
And please relay that, Dr. D.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Because I don't know that we see them that often, and and I just want them to know that this board, that we know what they do
Yes.
and how much time it takes and is involved with that, and how much they have to go back and, again, reassess that IEP. It's very time consuming,
Yes, ma'am. It is.
and, I just want them to know what Ms. Poplin said and others here, that we truly appreciate them being a part of Stanley County Schools.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I just wanted to tell you thank you today, too, for the conversation. I felt like, moving forward, we're going to take care of our teachers and make sure that they have the needs that they have. And I'm excited about seeing how the EC department's going to continue to, grow.
Yes.
And two, just to add, for all the other schools out there, I would love to see the culture grow to support our EC department school-wide, and for our schools to start collaborating more with our EC department. Because all these kids, a simple smile and a wave walking down the hallway says a lot to them, even if they can't talk back,
Yes, ma'am.
So I just want to thank you for, what you're doing and continuing to grow in that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Dr.
And
Pascal.
if you think of anything later, please feel free to email or call me. Thank you so much.
Next, we have the approval of minutes. You'll see you have October 7th, 2025, and October 23rd, 2025. So I entertain a motion to approve the consent items as presented.
Move to approve consent agenda.
Okay, so I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second? Any discussion on those? All those in favor say aye. All opposed, no. Those are approved. Next, we have committee reports. Ms. Vicki Watson, Safety and Security Committee.
Yes, ma'am. We had a meeting on October the 20th, and I would like to call Ms. Hogan up to help me with this.
Good evening, Madam Chair and Board. The Safety and Security Committee met on October the 20th to discuss training opportunities with our local law enforcement agencies as well as our emergency management partners. We also reviewed various safety initiatives to keep the board informed about our safety protocols and procedures throughout our schools across the district to continue to ensure the safety of our students and our staff. That's it.
Any questions?
Questions?
Anyone has?
I just thank you for doing that and keeping our folks in the know on the things that we need to be doing. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Watson. Next, we have curriculum and instruction. Mr. Plummer.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. I bring to you tonight our list of candidates for early graduation. You will notice that there are both juniors and seniors listed on this list. We've seen a little bit of a slight uptick in these numbers the past 2 years because of a change that's been made at the state level and the number of credits students have to have in order to graduate. So the list before you tonight, we just need an approval for those who will graduate mid-year and then those that will graduate early at the end of the school year as well.
So you have your list attached there of the ones that we are seeking approval for. I'm just looking for a motion to approve the early graduation list as presented. So I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second? Okay. Any discussion or questions for Mr. Plummer?
I have one thing. Do they walk at graduation?
They have the option to walk.
Okay.
On that list, it shows in the last column those who anticipate walking.
Okay.
And I could be wrong, but I think every single one of them is walking this year.
Good,
I think
awesome.
there were a couple that had no outside their name, but not many.
I take that back.
Maybe two.
They're not all.
Well, I noticed that was on there.
Thanks, Ms.
'Cause,
Whitaker.
you know, I'm thinking who wouldn't want to walk? You know, you've gone all those years. So there were a couple, though. I think there were only maybe two. So, okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on that? All those in favor say aye. All opposed, no. Those are approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Plummer. Next, Personnel and Administration, Ms. Lydia Hedrick.
Good evening, Board. For your review this evening is Section 1 of November's Personnel Report. It does not require any action on your part, but Section 2 has been amended in our closed session, and it does require Board approval. So this evening, I respectfully request your approval of Section 2 of the Personnel Report.
Mr. Lewis, do we need to piece that out for you?
Yes, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
I need to recuse myself from Section 2C.
Okay. So do we want to vote for Sections A, B, D, E, F, and G as a whole board, and then allow a partial board to vote for Section C?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That would be fine.
So for your approval, I'd like to put on the table A, B, D, E, F, and G.
So all those in favor?
Well, I make a motion to approve
Have a motion to approve.
A, B,
D.
D, G, and E. Did I get that right?
And F.
And F, sorry.
There's an extra one there. Okay, so we have a motion to approve, and I'm not going to repeat those. So do we have a second on those? Okay. No discussion on those? Okay, so all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion passes.
Okay.
We're going to go back to C.
And then separately, a recommendation for Section C.
So I have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve Section C.
Motion to approve Section C. Do I have a second? Second. Any discussion on those? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Those are approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hedrick. Next, we have board member comments. Mr. Swanson. You see, I just called on you tonight.
Not to steal any thunder from Dr. Dennis when he gets to it, but real quick, I say real quick, it's going to take forever. That's how teachers are. But serving on this board is a thankless, frustrating, even exhausting enterprise most of the time. That being said, the last few weeks, I have been basking in the successes of our amazing system. For 28 years at South, I surrounded myself with wonderful people and then bragged on their successes. I'm going to do the same thing right now. I was going to bear with me. In no particular order, here are some of the highlights of the last few weeks. South Stanley not only won the Stanley County title, they also captured the conference title recently in a very competitive conference. It's so competitive that the season title is shared with North Stanley. And I got to watch several inter-county teams play. It's amazing how talented our football players are. Another item, freshman from South. A freshman, 9th grader, won a state 2A championship in cross country. Having coached several all-state wrestlers and a two-time champion, I know exactly how impressive that is. Can you imagine that young lady's future in that sport, in cross country? Amazing kid. Staying in the South End for a bit, I had a distinct opportunity to see the South Middle volleyball team win their conference title by defeating an absolutely amazing West Stanley squad. I really was in awe of both teams. Those are middle school girls playing volleyball at a super high level, and it was a very challenging back and forth match. So I was impressed by that. Not to be short-sighted, I've also seen some wonderful things happen in other areas. West Stanley's band program has recently dominated several events, taking a truckload of hardware home with epic performance, capturing 23 trophies this contest season. Both my girls were band girls. That's a pretty impressive take. I call it hardware collecting. That's pretty impressive. The Colts don't just dominate in fine arts. Their boys cross country are regional champions. That's half the state, and the girls came in third. You're talking about the best of the best. What makes our system so incredible is not just all these outstanding students. We have staff members doing things that can only be described as amazing. A North Middle teacher literally saved a student's life. We recognized them at the last meeting. That still just hits me right in the feels, because that's the big stuff when you can save a student's life. And the school nurse ensured the child was safe. We often overlook our amazing teachers and admins, but the last few weeks, several have made noise professionally that one cannot ignore. Teaching in 2025 is an extremely complicated and time-consuming endeavor. We have several teachers that, despite all that, went far above and beyond and brought home the bacon. Winning Bright Ideas grants is a huge accomplishment, and several teachers, Stanley County teachers, did exactly that. I had the good fortune of winning 2 out of like 5 or 6 applications. It's not an easy deal to do. But these folks are bringing funds for learning opportunities that would otherwise not exist. From South Middle, we had Miss Jennifer Hamilton, Miss Kristen Owens White, and from South Stanley High, we had Miss Meredith Howe. The rest of the county's going to get in on some of that gravy money. You do a lot of work for that grant, but it's $2,000, $3,000 extra. Okay, and last but certainly not least, Mr. Plummer's probably going to kill me for talking about it, but I'm going to do it anyway. We are in the business of educating children, and Stanley County Schools is doing the deed like a pro. EVOS growth scores have just recently been released, and growth is verified learning for each child in each course where the metric is used. 80% of our report card for growth courses meet or exceeded growth. That is an exceptional performance from where we were just a few short years ago. And that, my friends, is why I'm enjoying our school year so far. Stanley County Schools, we believe and we achieve.
Thank you, Mr. Swanson.
Well, Bill stole some of my thunder because I was going to mention the Bright Ideas grants. But congratulations to those teachers that Mr. Sorensen just mentioned. That is going above and beyond what they do in the normal classroom range of activity to go out and write those. And so we're always appreciative of those folks that go above and beyond in the classroom. But I have seen some posts, and I'm not going to call out each specific school, but a lot of our schools have some Veterans Day activities coming up. Those are always something that make me proud of our system and our schools. So if you are a veteran or know a veteran, keep an eye out for those. They have some breakfasts and some honorary type things going on at different ones at different times. So just Veterans Day is coming up, and we appreciate all those that have served for our country. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Poplin. Ms. Watson.
I would just like to say I want to thank all of our staff, our teachers, and everybody for all they do for these students, and I do appreciate them loving these students. And sometimes, you never know what a student goes through the night before, but these teachers love them and know that they know that they are really loved.
Any other comments?
Thank you to our speaker that came to public comments tonight. As a board member, I always want to make sure that our taxpayers know that I hear them, and want to thank you for your comments. I also see 2 teachers in the back, and I just want to honor them and thank them for everything that they do for our kids, and the hard work that you put in is very much noticed. And the parents, I don't think they always see what goes on in the classrooms, but I feel like they would buy you anything you wanted. with the hard work that you do. So I just wanted to thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Holman. Any other comments?
Well, I will just say, again, congratulations to those that we recognize tonight. And I know that Meredith Howell has sent all of us something about the Holocaust commemoration ceremony that she's planning to have. I look forward to going to that. I know probably many others do, because we are very, very proud of that class. I also had the opportunity to read to some first graders at Oakboro, which is always fun. And this time they did not want just me. They wanted Dr. Dennis too. So I don't know if any of you were able to see maybe some pictures or whatever, but we had a good time. Pete the cat had a good time and all, and those children are just always amazed, and they're just so loving. And again, I appreciate their teachers and all of our teachers, and for all of our staff that stays here on long hours. I appreciate it. The other thing is, and Ms. Poplin, I think I saw something that you were doing today with the food drive truck, I think through Will's Place and everything. I know that some of our churches are, and I can't call all those churches, but I also know some of our schools are doing food drives. They do it a lot anyway in the month of November, but that is something to, I hope, Dr. Dennis, and maybe April, that if we could possibly get something going on our Stanley County School page to make sure where our schools are doing these food drives.
I will say, I was on a call at 4 today, right before the meeting. There is a statewide database that is coming online tomorrow, I think.
Okay.
Possibly Thursday morning, for food drives for local nonprofits to be able to search that up. So if we have those, we can get those listed.
That would be great.
I
just feel like
and
it's
people will have access to those.
that we need to put out there for people to see. Because I do have people, we have people that ask. And I want one other thing. We are really having a great turnout at our schools that have FCA already involved. And wonderful organization with FCA, and lots of children that are staying for these meetings in our schools after school. And I just wanted to give a shout out to those that are over it, those that are working with the FCA program, and hoping that we continue to expand it more and more across the county. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just have a few. November 3rd through 2nd is School Psychology Week, and the 17th through the 13th is American Education Week. Of course, today, November 5th, is Election Day, or some municipalities. Or November 4th, sorry, wrong number. November 8th is National STEM Day. November 11th is Veterans Day, and what Mr. Sorensen was referring to earlier is and Ms. Poplin alluded to, there are a CTE department, and our 4 comprehensive high schools have activities throughout the week at each school. They try not to have them stacked on top of each other. So, Mr. Sorensen, thank you for your service. November 21st is Substitute Educators Day, and the 27th is Thanksgiving Day. As far as the months, it's Native American Month and National Career Development Month, again for CTE. And so I know they do some activities with that as well.
Thank you, Dr. Dennis.
Thank you.
I also had an opportunity this past month to go to a few ball games. Cold one night, so it was, kind of got that football weather going. So, but I enjoyed being able to go. I also went and saw the West Stanley Band go to their competition. It's been a long time since I've been to band competitions. I encourage schools to invite the board. We can't go to everything, but it is nice to get those invitations and to be able to go when your schedule allows that. For Veterans Day this week, I know all of our schools are doing something, and this year they planned it on different days so the veterans could could make it to all of them. I think last year they, a couple of them ended up having them on the same day, so I'm looking forward to being able to attend one of those this week. My father-in-law is actually a World War II vet. He turned 98 last week. So I'm looking forward to being able to take him to one of those. And of course, he's looking forward to the Veterans Day Parade at Oakboro this year. So I believe that's at 10 o'clock that morning. I am excited about the ones that we were able to recognize tonight. I'm glad to see that we added the substitutes on there. We would not be able to function without them. Our teachers, we know, we have to have them and all of the support staff, but without those substitutes, we wouldn't be able to continue on the days when, and we're headed into that season, so we know the sixth season is coming. So I appreciate what your staff is doing in order to add those substitutes to that list so that we're able to continue daily. Our next meeting will be Tuesday, December the 2nd, 2025, here in the Gene McIntyre Room at 6:15. It's hard to believe that Christmas is around the corner. December is here, or will be shortly. With that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. We are adjourned.